Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay.
All right, good? All right, let's get this thing started and make some good trouble. Hey, let's start with how many paid protesters we have out here. And all you inserts, keep your hands down. You ain't got to raise them. My name's Jay Carey. I'm a retired disabled combat veteran. And I burn that American flag in protest of that fascist president making illegal laws. That's right. All right, quick safety brief. Don't start no shit. There won't be no shit. Make sure that it's disengaged from them fools trying to get us riled up. They ain't worth your breath. All right, if they don't want to disengage, look around for somebody wearing something like this, and they will help them, assist them to disengage in a timely manner.
Airborne.
All right.
Yeah.
Remember, around D.C., nothing good happens after 8. That's when ice comes out, so that's when you need to be out. Y'all have a good protest. Power to the people. Hey, and remember, it's always fuck Trump.
Hey Ash, could you check to see if the sound on the live stream is coming through?
Folks, our first speaker here.
Okay. Let me know.
You've seen him here before, potentially. He's an extremely passionate speaker. His name is Carlos Alvarez Araños, and he is the founder of American Opposition. Let's give it up for Carlos.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carlos Alvarez Araños, and I'm the founder of American Opposition. Brothers and sisters, we are here today because our nation has lost its way. A tyrant sits in the White House, yes, but the deeper truth is that he rose from a culture created by a loss of respect and conviction. We have turned our lives into a reality show, traded seriousness for spectacle, fact for fiction, and citizenship for entertainment. We have chosen All right. We have chosen the easy lies over the hard truth, and the result is upon us. A nation led by a con man, and a people in danger of losing their freedom. The harshest lessons of history repeated here, because too many of us refuse to own our responsibilities and to learn our lessons. Freedom has never been easy. Democracy has never been cheap. Citizenship is not a slogan or a post or a vote every 4 years. It's work, it's responsibility, it's discipline. Upholding the hard way over the easy way. Holding others to account. Too many of our fellow citizens have betrayed us by seizing the easiest shortcuts, abdicating responsibility over themselves and each other, taking the good without also assuming the bad, and allowing themselves to be charmed by the most obnoxious joke ever told, Donald Trump. Too many have refused to take that joke seriously, only to discover that the loss of our freedoms is the punchline. Donald Trump is a mirror that reflects our moral decline. He is greed without limit, fame without merit, and power without responsibility. He mirrors a people who are too spoiled, seduced, and angry to build a better future together. He is the worst of us, and we have elevated him to our highest office. And we must never forget that that is on us. We have to hold ourselves accountable for that. We have to own our share of that responsibility. We have to figure out how we allowed this to happen, and we have to learn from it so that it never happens again. But we also have to remember that Donald Trump doesn't reflect all of us. Because look around. Everything that's wrong with America can be fixed by what is right with America. Look how many good people live here. How much we've built. How much we stand to lose if we allow this tyrant to continue. Most Americans understand that the value of life comes from our collective investment in each other, that we are nothing alone. Most Americans understand that no tyrant can stand against the people who remember their power. And most Americans respect the generational endowment. They know that when it comes to freedom, we must never make exceptions, that preserving it is more important than our lives.
That's right.
We come to Washington today as a people steeped in their history and in full ownership of their power, to march into Congress with one demand: remove this tyrant, end this charade, and restore fundamental sanity to this nation. This isn't about Trump, it's about us, and whether we will be the generation that allows our democracy to die, or the generation that saves it. Whether we will be remembered for our complacency or for our courage. So let's choose courage. Let's be serious in an unserious age. Let's be focused in a culture of distraction. Let's grow up, take each other seriously, and do the hard work of citizenship together. And when our children ask us what we did in the time of crisis, when our nation teetered on the edge of tyranny, we won't say we scrolled or vaped or waited for somebody else to save us. We will say that we stood up and earned our nation. Every choice, every single choice required to win this battle is in our hands. This ends when we end it. So stand with me, march with me, fight with me. Let this be the day that we choose to turn the tide. Thank you very much, guys.
Yes. Very
Give it up for Carlos Alvarez.
Let's go, Carlos.
All right, next up we got the one, the only jolly good Ginger. Give it up for Jolly, everyone. Come on. Jolly, jolly, jolly.
I want to say, first of all, on a Tuesday morning after a Labor Day weekend, it's hard to get anybody to come outside and do anything, so thank you all for being here. No, seriously, give yourself a round of applause. Listen, I think what's happening in our country right now is a lot of people are sitting around and wondering, when is somebody going to stand up and lead us? When is somebody going to stand up against this tyranny? When is somebody going to start the movement? When is somebody going to stop this from happening? Because It's happening so fast. Guys, I need you to understand, that's you. You are the ones who are standing up and stopping this. You are the ones who are saying no more. Donald Trump doesn't follow the rules. The GOP doesn't follow the rules. They've thrown the rules out the window. Can I let you guys in on a little secret? Do you know what else doesn't follow the rules? A fucking revolution. If you want to do this shit by the book, I'm not your guy. If you want me to follow the rules, I'm not your guy. They say that Donald Trump would rather burn America down just to roll the ashes. Well, Donald Trump, I'll be the motherfucker to burn it. Because I'm not going to let you come in here, burn our democracy. As veterans of this country, we were told we're fighting for freedom. We're fighting for the First Amendment. I just watched 3 people this week get arrested for the First Amendment. We're fighting for the Second Amendment. Well, that's cool. You can carry guns if we like you. We're fighting for the 14th Amendment. That's cool. An executive order said that doesn't exist anymore. We're fighting for the 4th Amendment, but they've been violating people's right to search and seizure since ICE started their bullshit in January. We were told we were fighting. Let this be my formal announcement to everyone. I'm tired of playing by the fucking rules that nobody else is playing by. Let the revolution begin. The veterans you see out here today, we're not leaving Union Station until the military occupation in D.C. is over. We will also be spreading what we're doing to Chicago and New York and Baltimore and anywhere else that he wants to bring an occupation to. Because you can't occupy the streets that we own, motherfucker. So I appreciate every one of you for being out here. I appreciate every one of you for taking a stand. Stop waiting for the sign of when the revolution began. Here's your sign. And I have the privilege to introduce after me an 8-year Marine veteran. My understanding today is a milestone for him. It's his 40th protest since just March 14th. And in protest of this regime, in protest of this tyranny, let me welcome Sergeant Rhodes.
Let's go. Veterans for America. What the?
All right, I'm Sergeant Rhodes, U.S. Marine Corps combat veteran, and I don't do speeches. But I got some fucking shit to say if you want to listen. Nobody is coming to save you. You're going to save yourselves, or you're going to keep bringing people with you every time you stand up. Don't let off Congress. Keep the pressure on, make your calls, show the fuck up in the streets. If you don't show up now, we are not going to get those 89 million people that didn't vote to show up at the polls. Bring them with you. Have the hard conversations. They don't like what they're hearing, what's going on in this country. Bring them to a protest. They have to start showing up. We have to save ourselves. As Jolly just said, we are starting a revolution. We are done being fucking nice. Your voice is no different than mine. Except maybe I drop a few more F-bombs. But fuck Donald Trump. Fuck these fascists. I am so sick of turning on breaking news and crying from the shit that I'm seeing in the country that I fucking fought for. That's right. if you're sick of it as well, I need you to keep pushing the message that people need to show up. And they need to start doing it now, because we won't make it to midterms unless we slow these motherfuckers down. This is how we do it. Build your fucking community. Build your community where you are and get them in the streets. And when we have a protest, show up in DC. If you absolutely can't, go to your fucking state house. Get somewhere where you make a lot of noise and the people in charge hear you. Because if they don't start standing up and fighting with us, we're gonna fucking remove them. I'm Sergeant Rhodes. See me in the fucking streets.
One more time for Sergeant Rhodes. He's fired up. I know you guys are fired up. Let's keep getting fired up. We've got our next special guest. Not really a guest. She's a guest. She's been here a few times. The one and only Jessica Denson. Now let me say something about Jessica here, okay? I got to know her the past few months. She's the real deal. She cares about people. She cares about this country. Empathy is strong with Jessica Denson. I want to make that very clear. She's the host of Lights On YouTube. Check it out. All right? And she's the founder of the Removal Coalition, a group of organizations that are focused on peacefully removing Donald Trump through impeachment and conviction in the Senate. Okay? Let's give it up. Warm welcome to Jessica Denson. Let's go. Come on.
Are we ready to remove the regime? I gotta tell you, we are in the streets all the time. We are so tuned in. We are not sleeping on the death of our democracy. But I just want to give you some international perspective this morning. I had already one story I wanted to share with you, but I got a Lyft ride from a man from Pakistan this morning. And he's like, yeah, in America, you know, people, they show up in protest. They think it's a picnic. They think it's a party. He's like, in my country, they show up. They want solutions. The government listens to them. Americans need to demand solutions to this tyranny. And that's why I formed the Removal Coalition. I want to give a shout out this morning to Cliff Cash, my brother in peaceful arms. Cliff and I have been on these streets since it was bitter cold and we couldn't feel our feet in January, demanding that the representatives in this building who took an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, reject this illegal presidency, this insurrectionist in chief. So we've been out here since January, had the Veterans March in March, and we were just tired, both of us, tired of seeing protests without a point. I'm sorry, we cannot stand here and just kindly, nicely, pleasantly, prettily fill the streets while Donald Trump sabotages and destroys American democracy. We have to put an end to it! So a few months ago, I formed the Removal Coalition to bring together these wonderful organizations like FLAIR, like Citizens Impeachment, like 5051 DC, Los Angeles, Alabama, like the People's Think Tank who just joined, like Sons of Liberty and our amazing veterans in the progressive space, to show the media and by extension, Congress, the people, the public servants that work for us, that we are demanding impeachment and removal now. So I told you about that international perspective. I'm just going to share this long, nice note from one of my viewers on Lights On from the show last week when we had Jolly on. He said, I'm a Copt, indigenous Christian from Egypt. who escaped long ago and first found refuge in Europe, where I worked for many years as a journalist in the Arab press. Throughout these years, I always looked up to the United States as the symbol of freedom, democracy, and justice. Eventually, I made my way to what was once the great America, a nation I believed represented the highest ideals of human dignity and liberty. But today, what I see pains me deeply, perhaps even more than it pains many Americans. The America I admired has been disfigured before my eyes. Donald Trump has not only damaged this country's image abroad, but has also corroded its very reality from within. To witness Americans endure this abuse so passively, almost mildly, is heartbreaking. Our democracy, the very foundation of America's greatness, is under grave threat. As long as a disgraced, criminally convicted figure remains in power, the nation cannot claim to be a true democracy. Instead, it resembles a collapsing state. Wake up, folks. This is what we're living through in 2025 in America right now. A collapsing state. One where the rule of law has been abandoned in favor of cultish loyalty and demagoguery. America tragically now mirrors the dysfunction of a third world country, not in wealth or technology, but in democratic credibility. If America is to reclaim its place as a beacon of hope for the world, it must awaken from this dangerous slumber. Silence in the face of tyranny is complicity, and the time to resist is now! So in a moment, my friends, we're going to hear from a man who has become a friend, one who is unique, almost solitary, of the individuals in that building, who is leading in the way we need them to lead right now. We either have a constant constitution or we don't, as my friend John Boniface says. We either have an impeachment clause or we don't. If we are not using the constitutional remedy for a tyrant in this moment, we are losing our Constitution right before our eyes. I know that there is leadership in that building on the Democratic side that does not want to hear about impeachment. Don't touch the conversation about impeachment till the midterms. Oh, no. We're going to threaten some of our more vulnerable members. I have a wake-up call for them. There is nothing that makes them more vulnerable than standing down in this moment. This country is looking for leadership. This country is looking for action. This country is not waiting for midterms that may not even happen to deal with this authoritarian president. I want to share one other quote that I love a lot. I've shared it with my viewers on Lights On several times. This is from an article. In the early 1900s, history repeats itself. It's bound to repeat itself if we don't learn our lessons. But today's a lot about women, because we're going to, when we flood those halls peacefully, of course peacefully, and remind them of why Trump needs to be impeached and removed, we're going to remind them of the connection with Jeffrey Epstein, aren't we? This man who has been preying on women just like he is preying on this country, children, underage, minors, for his own temporary pleasure, just like he is preying on this country for his temporary enrichment, because God knows when he leaves this world, whenever that is, he's going to have a reckoning unlike anything he's ever had before. It's a very temporary satisfaction this poor, sad, unwell man is living for. But that preying on women is what we are speaking out against today. We're going to have a very brave sexual abuse survivor speak to you at the end of this. And this is a quote about women, because I think that the role of women cannot be underestimated in this moment. And this is most certainly the spirit that I come to you with. 1900 article called The New Woman. Woman must not and will not be disheartened by 1,000 denials or 1,000,000 of broken pledges. With the assurance of faith, she prays. With the certainty of inspiration, she works. And with the patience of genius, she waits. At last, she is becoming as fair as the morn, as bright as the sun, and as terrible as an army with banners to those who march under the black flag of oppression and wield the ruthless sword of injustice. Thank you everyone for joining me today. We are going to remove this illegal regime from power. Now please join me in welcoming a man who the last time he was on this stage in early June made a commitment to you that he would force an impeachment vote by the end of the month, and he honored that commitment. How rare is that in this city today? Please join me in welcoming the inimitable Representative Al Green.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. On yesterday, I celebrated my 78th birthday. I love my country.
We love you.
I love it. I have seen in my lifetime the March on the Mall with Dr. Martin Luther King. In my lifetime, John Lewis at the Edmund Pettus Bridge. In my lifetime, I've seen people make great sacrifices. Schwerner, Goodman, and Cheney. I've seen injustice overwhelmed with justice. I just didn't believe at this point in 2025 we would find ourselves here today, we the people, having to take up the cause to protect many of the gains that were made by people who sacrificed their lives to make this country what it is. I didn't expect to see this. And as I heard some of the speakers, I'll be very candid with you. I had tears to well in my eyes.
Yes, I feel you.
I did.
I did.
I heard their words, but I felt their sincerity. I felt their need to express the need for our country to have persons such as you here today. You are the we and we the people.
Yes, yes, yes!
And you are making a difference. So my first point that I will make is to the press.
What press?
Yes.
The press.
We are the press.
The press, excuse me, the status quo press. You're doing the country a disservice. The status quo press. You're doing the country a disservice. You need to show the anger that is being expressed today. People need to know that there is anger, and they need to hear it. You have a double standard. Donald Trump can use profanity. He can say ugly things, and you carry that. But you will not let the righteous indignation of the American people come through. It's time for the press to end the double standard. It's a double standard. Every one of the persons who spoke here today spoke with intentionality that embraces a reality that too many persons don't want to confront. They were simply saying, not on my watch. That's all they said. They may have said it in various ways with language that some of you may not approve of, but they were saying, not on my watch. I have to give you an example of how the press has a double standard. I regret to use this example because I'm a part of it, but I have to use it. When I told the president he had no mandate to cut Medicaid, I was removed from the House.
Shame! Shame!
I was censured. But that same night, that very same night, the president stood before the Congress of the United States of America, joint session of Congress, on national TV, published globally, and called members of Congress lunatics. There has been no reprimand. There has been no censure. There has been not a word from the majority in the House of Representatives for the indignation the president perpetrated upon our nation that night. It's a double standard. The president can call women lunatics. The president can say that people are doing things that he disapproves of with vile and venomous language. But when the people respond, it is muted.
That's right. That's right.
The press has got to allow the voice of the American people to be heard. It is as valuable as the voice of a president who has demonstrated that he is unfit to hold the job of President of the United States of America. Unfit. 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 Unfit to defend liberty and justice for all. Unfit to defend government of the people, by the people, for the people. Unfit to take on the great challenges of our time.
Unfit.
He is unfit to hold the office of president, and he must be impeached. And removed from office by the United States Senate that failed to do his job when he was last impeached. He must be impeached again, and he must be removed from office. The United States Senate has to do his job. This is about more than Republicans. It's about Democrats and Republicans who are watching the very nation that we also love devolve into autocracy, moving toward what we know to be a dictatorship. This president must be impeached and removed from office. Doesn't matter what your party affiliation is.
That's right.
Doesn't matter whether you're left, right, or someplace in between.
Yep.
Everybody ought to want to protect the country that has made it possible for us to have freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, right to vote. These are rights that we have to protect, and we have seen a president who has walked on the separation of powers, walked on the notion that you have to have due process before you can be pushed out of the country. We've seen what he will do, and we know now that he can do what he tried to do before, and that is stay on after his term of office is over. We must act now to prevent him from taking over our country. So let me pause for a moment and say this. There are veterans here. There are veterans here. When you see a veteran, just know that you see a person who signed on the dotted line and said, I'll do whatever you'd call on me to do. Sometimes that means going to distant places. Many times you don't come back the same way you left. Some don't return at all. These are people who have said, I will sacrifice for you and for me and for country. These are the people who deserve an expression of love and appreciation, not because of what they have done by virtue of orders that were given to them, but because of their willingness to make the ultimate sacrifice. They don't make the decisions, but they carry out the orders. They're the people who make America the country it is. They're on the front line of democracy. Give them some love for what they have done to protect liberty and justice for all. The veterans deserve it. They deserve it. Let them know that we stand with the veterans. We do. And when these veterans come up before us and speak, nobody said they had to have perfect language. English diction doesn't have to be superb. Dr. King said your subject and verb doesn't have to agree for you to serve. They serve. And quite frankly, they've earned the right to be angry. They've earned the right.
No more war.
No more war. You listen, you just pushed me into another topic. No more war, and end the war in Gaza. End it now. End it. Stop killing babies. What is wrong with us? We are looking on national TV at ethnic cleansing. We see collective punishment. We see this appearing live on national TV, and we won't call genocide genocide when we see it. This is genocide. You don't need scholars who are telling us that it is. There are scholars who study this. You don't need them to tell you what you're seeing. Your eyes are not betraying you. People are being slaughtered. At some point, we have to stop sending money to a country that is killing babies wholesale. I don't know who said that, but you put this speech before me today. I wasn't going to. I had a lot of other things to say, but I've got to tell the truth. I've got to speak the truth. If you know the truth, they tell me it'll set you free. So let's set some souls free right now. As long as the United States of America keeps sending munitions, keep sending money so that munitions can be purchased, this war will continue.
Yep.
It's time for our country to say to Mr. Netanyahu, sir, we will no longer fund your killing babies and innocent people. I know that these things, they're not carried by the status quo media. The status quo media won't carry these things until it's almost too late, or too late usually.
Yep.
And when they do, they will act as though all that we see only started when they started to say that it exists. That they won't give Jessica the credit that she deserves for what she has been doing. They're not going to give Dave the credit that he merits for what he's doing. And they're not going to give you credit. It only starts when they say it starts.
Mm-hmm.
When they say it's time to impeach, that's when impeachment will start for the status quo.
Bullshit.
But I want you to know this. Hold on. I am building a record in the Congress of the United States of America for posterity. I am adding to that record the names of the organizations that are part of this movement for freedom, justice, and liberty for all. I'm adding the names of the people. The record will be there so that those who look through the vista of time and look upon this time will know that the movement started with we, the people, here, now, and before, when others decided they were going to protest. We, the people, started the movement. We, the people. And friends, when the president decides that he's going to stay beyond his tenure in office, not whether, when he decides, and when the Supreme Court won't take the proper stand, and when the Congress won't take up the cause,
Shame.
when these institutions designed to protect liberty and justice for all fail us, then, my friends, we the people will have the last word. We the people. We the people. We the people will have the last word. We the people. We the people. We the people will do what those who came to Plymouth Rock did. Protest is as old as the Pilgrims landing at Plymouth Rock.
Yep.
It's as old as the farmers bringing their tractors to Washington, D.C. to protest what was happening to their farmland. It's as contemporary as Dr. King standing in the shadow of this very place that we stand to give his very famous I Have a Dream speech. Protest is what got me to Congress. If they hadn't protested at the Edmund Pettus Bridge, I wouldn't be in Congress, because it was President Johnson that was able to sign the Voting Rights Act because of that protest movement. John Lewis told me he thought he was going to die on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Yes, Johnson signed. He signed the Voting Rights Act. He signed it in ink, but it was written in the blood of the people on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. We the people. That's how I got to Congress. Public housing. It was after Dr. King's assassination that the president was able to pass housing laws that benefit all Americans. Yes, it was signed in ink, but it was written in blood. It was written in blood. The blood of Dr. King. His demise. Read the history. It was his demise that gave the president the authority, the power to get the housing laws passed. Remember, it was protest. And when protest occurs, I want you to know, I've been there. I will be there. I'm going to march with you today. But when we protest, just know, you got to be prepared to suffer the consequences.
Yep.
It's not the fun and games that you assume it is.
We ready?
You got to be prepared to suffer the consequences. And look, I'm going to march with you.
Yes.
I will tell you that I'm going to march peacefully, but my presence and your presence is what makes the difference. And I'm going to suggest to you that as we march peacefully, that we do so and be proud of what we are doing. Just the presence, that's what makes the difference. The presence of this peaceful protest is going to make a difference. So I close with these words. I refuse, and I believe you refuse, and I say we refuse. We refuse. We refuse. We refuse. We refuse to lose liberty and justice for all on our watch. We refuse to allow an authoritarian president to destroy the Constitution of the United States of America. We refuse to allow him to take over cities with his military. The military belongs in a place where it can protect the country from outside forces. You don't use it willy-nilly every time you think you ought to just have the power to use it. You don't do that. You don't do that. We all want to end crime. We want to end crime, and if you really want to end crime, put police on the street. You can put the police on the street. If you want to end crime, help people get jobs. You don't find many millionaires robbing local food stores. Help people get housing. You have to have wraparound services. You don't end crime by simply putting police officers on the street. There's more to it. I say police communities and do it fairly and do it righteously. But I also say make sure that you have the other services there so that people who need things won't feel compelled to do other things to get these things that are dishonest. So let's take the job seriously. Let's be serious about ending crime. So let's Mr. President, if you're listening, what you're doing is a temporary solution at best. It's not even a solution, but it's temporary. It is temporary. Let's talk about doing something that's permanent. Let's talk about the $1 billion that you're withholding from Washington, D.C. Let's talk about funding police departments around the country. I'm not opposed to sending police into places and if they're behaving in a righteous way. But I am opposed to your trying to convince people that what you're doing now is going to be permanent. It is not permanent. It is at best temporary, and it is more than that. It is you showing that you can use the military now so that you may have conditioned us such that we will accept your using it later on.
Shame! Shame!
And we won't accept that. We won't. So, are we ready to march? All right, we've got a few more speakers to hear before we do it, but I want you to know that I will march with you. And I love you. I love my country. I will not allow America to be lost to a dictatorship on my watch. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Al Green, Representative Al Green! Guys, that was, I'm not joking here, that was a historic speech. That was historic. And you were here to witness it. You were here. You're at the ground level. Ground level here. We got a few more speakers, and then we will be going up on the Hill. We're going to be listening just a few remarks from one of the Flare volunteers. Actually, let's give a round of applause for all the Flare volunteers here at Union Station. His name is Randy Kindle. He is a U.S. Air Force veteran and Flare volunteer. He's also a former EPA volunteer. Let's give it up for Randy. Randy Kindle. Let's go.
Hey, thanks, guys. And real quick, just before he leaves, I want to say that we know we're getting on their nerves when they send someone like Armstrong Williams to come and ask us questions. So real quick, who he is. He is the person who, back in the Bush administration, took money from the education department to do propaganda for him. In 2017, he paid out for a sexual assault that he committed against someone at the gym. Okay? He also spouts the same rhetoric that killed his cousin down in South Carolina by Dylan Roof. That is Armstrong Williams. And that's how we know we're getting on their nerves, because they send out their worst.
Oh yeah!
All right, thank you. Thank you all for being brave with me here today. Again, my name is Randy. And I'm one of the many founding members of FLARE. FLARE stands for Liberation and Resistance Everywhere. We take that E really seriously. So I'm a dad. I'm a veteran. I'm a worker. I'm a wobbly member of AFGE up until this week. And I'm a former EPA employee in the Office of Environmental Justice, where I was the only DEI hire as a disabled veteran. Okay? I want to take a second to really thank the volunteers and the folks of FLARE who've been out here since May 1st with a 24/7 presence. Okay? It's been 120 days of people out here. Okay? We're made up of people from all over the country, some of whom have quit their jobs just to come out here and be part of this historic movement.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Now we're joined by Jolly and the Veterans Group, Remember Your Oath, who are also 24/7 presence. Please thank them. And I really want to thank everyone for their love and support and their kindness. So Jessica, Carlos, Representative Green, and I really want to thank someone who can't be here today. Without him, FLARE wouldn't be here. Without him, this wouldn't be happening. Cliff Cash. Everyone say hi to Cliff Cash. Cliff, we love you. We're thinking of you. Thank you so much. I want to also take a second to acknowledge some of the things that our FLARE volunteers and you and our National Guard service members are missing, right? We're missing just to be here. We're missing birthdays, right? There's a kid up in Minnesota who has celebrated a birthday a couple days ago. Happy birthday, buddy. So celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, it's back to school time. A lot of these guardsmen didn't get to walk their kids to school on their first day, okay? And they're all here. We're all here to push Congress to impeach, convict, and remove Donald Trump. Since the beginning of Flair, we've made a loud and proud presence here. We don't hide who we are. We don't hide what we do. When we go over to the Heritage Foundation, we want them to know.
Yeah.
When we go visit the White National Church,
Yeah.
over on Pennsylvania Avenue, we want them to know that we're there.
Yeah.
When we go over to Fox News, we want them to know that we're there. We want them to feel uncomfortable in our neighborhoods, in our streets, just like they make our queer community, our immigrant community, our marginalized communities feel terror, okay? We are not gonna do that. We will protect our communities. So Matthew 7:12 tells us to treat others how we want to be treated. They've shown us exactly how they want to be treated.
Yes.
Right? And if they take that as a threat, you need to do some pretty hard self-reflection and change. Right? As an American and as a veteran, I'm appalled by what this administration is doing to our National Guard. What Trump and the rest have done is create a false narrative of crime and corruption, blame a marginalized group, of people, and then send police and military force in the name of law and order.
Shame.
And I want to be clear. In DC, we have not seen any National Guard members participate in any actions. Okay, they're at the monuments. Thank you, National Guard. So they have been at the monuments and they have been at some of the higher profile areas, but never that. Okay. So, but who is doing it? These are deputized Proud Boys. These are ICE agents, DEA, FBI, Secret Service. We have on video them changing out the department that they work for. We have on video them praising Proud Boys and praising January 6th. These are federal employees, federal law enforcement officers that are doing this. Shame. And now what's really concerning is they're sending all this law enforcement out into our communities, and they're wearing the BDUs, the camouflage, just like our National Guard is doing. That's on purpose. They want us to be confused. They want us to be mad at our National Guard members so they can create martial law and send them in. But we're not doing that. That's not us. Okay? That's them. We respect our veterans. We respect our National Guard members. Okay? We don't make them get down and lay down a red carpet for a foreign dictator. We don't make them pick up trash in the middle of Washington, D.C. We look out for each other. We create community. We respect each other. And we honor those that are willing to put their life on the line to defend our country. I have a friend, Danny, who's a musician. And she explained to me that in a choir, when someone needs to breathe, everyone else needs to sing a little bit louder for them, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. So today, I want you to sing a little bit louder for our vulnerable communities, okay? I I want you to sing a little bit louder for our queer communities. I want you to sing a little bit louder for our sexual assault survivor communities. Okay? And at the top of your lungs, I want you to sing as loud as you can for the people in Gaza and Palestine and the West Bank. Ready? Free DC!
Free DC!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Our day will come!
Our day will come!
Thank you!
Let's give it up for Randy. Wow. Guys, the passion here. The passion. Do you feel the passion? Do you hear the passion? All right. We've got one more speaker. She's a Flair volunteer. And then we're going to go over some instructions. I'm going to give you some very explicit instructions. But before we get there, we're going to hear from one of our volunteers, Bailey. She's been with us since the beginning. And today, it is about holding Trump accountable, his minions accountable. We're going to be mentioning Epstein files and that they need to release it, okay? Bailey's gonna speak a little about her experience and her message, okay? Let's give it up for Bailey. Come on, give it up for Bailey!
Let's go, Bobby.
Hello. Thank you for giving me a few minutes, and I am going to be brief. This was a last-second decision because I wanted to speak on an issue that's incredibly important to me. I'm not just standing here as a hopeful yet angry citizen, but as a survivor of multiple rapes. I use the word rape rather than the term sexual assault because I believe it's important that we name such horrific acts. That's right. That's right. I will not use language to make unacceptable violence more digestible.
Yes, girl.
Statistics tell me that around a third of the female-bodied individuals here today are likely survivors as well.
Yep.
Perhaps you, like myself, felt the same very particular sense of sadness and betrayal when POTUS was first elected. I remember going to my therapist and starting to cry before I could say a word. She simply gave me a knowing look and told me, every rape survivor that I see has come in here feeling exactly the way that you do right now. It was hard to comprehend. Not that so much of our country didn't care to hold a history of rape against someone, but that they felt it to be such a widely acceptable perspective that a rapist was elected president.
Shame!
What a slap in the fucking face. This complete disregard for the severity of the pain that survivors feel is one that we see throughout U.S. culture. It's one that's reflected in our legal system, our media, and in the way that we raise young girls.
Yes.
Young girls who are taught that their objectification is a result of their own choices and behaviors. Taught that they have no right to feel safe, and that choosing to participate in society the way that men do
You go,
is
girl.
a sacrifice to their ability to claim that right to safety. Taught that they're prey. Unfortunately, they're often viewed as such. However, not by any fault of their own. Rarely by the fault of the stereotypical stranger in an alleyway, but by their families, romantic partners, trusted adults, and friends.
Yep.
By men in positions of power.
Yes.
When we hear about the Epstein files, the conversation is often focused around politics. The survivors are mentioned passively, diminished to simple evidence. These women are not evidence. They're brave, resilient, and strong women who were put through terrible things at the hands of men who had no respect nor care for the person inside the body.
Yes.
As someone who's experienced what it feels like for their rapist to be praised, looked up to, and defended, both socially and by the law. I cannot fathom how these survivors are affected by the political tug of war that their source of trauma has become. I do know that young girls, women, and survivors everywhere are watching. We deserve to see justice.
Yes!
We deserve to see accountability. We deserve the collective healing of watching our country stand against sex trafficking and child rape.
Yes! Say the quiet part loud!
Congress left early for summer recess to avoid facing this complex, yet very simple issue.
Shame!
So I would like to send a message to the members of Congress who are not present, should footage of today find them. We are not going anywhere.
Yes!
We will continue to exercise our rights and assert ourselves in protection of our Constitution and our country.
Yes!
And we will continue to hold you accountable to the many issues at hand, including your responsibility to encourage the executive branch to release the Epstein files.
Yes!
I do not care who or how many Democrats are listed in those files.
Exactly. Lock them up!
I am not a Democrat, and my intolerance for predators is not partisan. The survivors deserve justice against each and every name in those files. That's right. And I think we already know a few of them. I remind you that power is an agreement, and we, the people, do not agree. We expect you to do the job that we elected you to do. You must impeach, convict, and most importantly, remove 47 from the White House, from our house. Release the files, remove the rapist, and remove the regime. Thank you for being here today from the bottom of my
Love you,
heart.
Bailey!
And thank you for listening.
One more time for Bailey, folks. The courage on display is inspiring. One more time for Bailey, come on.
You all have been incredible. I just want to give a shout out to all of the incredible groups that made this happen today, all the influencers that Cliff brought together, all the handmaids, all the veterans. Can we give a hand for all of them? We have a lot of people here today, so I have to ask you all a favor. I need you all to get out your phone if you don't have it out already and type in impeachtrumpagain.org. impeachtrumpagain.org. My friend and Rep. Green's friend, John Bonifaz, president of Free Speech for People, has had this petition out since January 20th, when he committed the first impeachable offenses of this second illegal administration. It is almost to 1 million signatures. We need to get it over the line. 1 million signatures, impeachtrumpagain.org. Please sign that petition. All right, so we are going to march out of here peacefully, unmistakably to the Capitol. Dave's going to give you a few more instructions. Thank you guys so much for being here with us today.
Thanks, Jessica. All right, folks. Now it's the fun part. We're going to be marching up to the Hill. Who has been in the halls of Congress before? I'm talking the congressional office buildings. We got quite a few, all right? They're kind of confusing, or really confusing. So but it's doable, okay? We've got our marshals and vests. Green vest, yellow vest, yep. And we've got Kendall, Hugh, and Tim and Debbie.
There's Kendall back here.
Kendall.
You, Tim and Debbie.
That's right.
Tim, Debbie, come up front.
They're going to be helping you out. You guys have a wristband, right? You've got a colored wristband. Okay. At any time,